Hi F2Pers, it's Goodfellow here from f2p.com, and today we are checking out Forsaken World from Perfect World Entertainment. The game has been around for quite a while now. It was originally released in China in 2010, I believe, and then it came over to the Western audiences, published by Perfect World in back end of 2012. So we're coming up on 3 years old from the release, 5-year-old game. And kind of looks it. I mean, there's elements like up there, looks really nice. Down here, not so nice. Character models, kind of bit hit and miss, bit bland, kind of like the actual body models. Tattoo looks crud. Not enough shading, texturing. You know, flat textures, and you know that's generally what you've got with the game. You've got a lot of flat textures trying to pretend that there's actual depth there, and there's not. So we are now at level 30. As you can see, we have pretty much made our way through the entirety of what I believe is the starter zone, and we're kind of right at the end now. And as far as the experience has been, it's been pretty boring. It's extremely linear. So starting there, you pick a quest up that says, oh, go kill stuff here and hand it in there. So then you do that, and okay, now go kill stuff here and hand it in there. And it's just one quest all the way round. And that's pretty much, it's just one single path. Now, the rest of the game isn't going to be like that. You know, we get that, you know, there's kind of more depth the further into the game you go. Oh, that was a bit of a weird graphical thing there. You know, we do understand that not every game can be, you know, especially when starting out. Oh, so many different paths that you can take, and it's all down to the player where they go, and yada yada yada. The thing is, this is 30 levels worth of content that's taken us through this zone, which is one of the, I think it was one of the newer zones added. This was the Freedom Falls, I don't know. One of the newer expansions anyway, and by newer, not massively new. Yeah, it's really clipping into that the ground there. So you know, this was one of the newer areas that was added. So it's not like you can turn around and say, oh, you know, this game's 5 years old, so you know, kind of that's how kind of progression in games used to be back then. This was added more recently, so there's no real excuse for it being so linear and just frankly boring. So for 30 levels, and it has probably taken around 4 hours. Would definitely take. You could definitely do it quicker if you were just grinding and bursting through all the content and not really reading any of the lore and stuff like that. So we kind of tried not to burst through it all. We tried to get a more fully rounded experience, which is why it's taken so long. So it's 4 hours, 30 levels of, frankly, just the same content. Go here, kill all this stuff. Go over there, kill all that stuff. And the progression itself, as far as your skills go, we are playing the Tormentor class, and we are the Demon race. As far as I'm aware, I think I think I'm right in saying that there's only the Demon race that can play the Tormentor class, and only the Tormentor class can be demons. Vice versa. So that's kind of how it is. And so when you kind of level up, you periodically unlock different skills, and I don't know, probably K, yeah, okay. So you've got your skills on K, and you'll say, oh, you've unlocked skill points here, and then you've got all these options, but it only lets you upgrade a specific one. So it's like, okay, you've upgraded this one this time, you've upgraded this one this time. So for 30 levels, we've had no customization over what we actually level up. Now you do get talents, you do pick talents up, and we are kind of at a point where we can, you know, put some talents in. Looks like we've had this for a little while, actually. There we go, talent points. So I have to just throw them into anything. And so that's kind of the customization element. I don't see the point in them letting me just the arduous task of, okay, you've got skills, go and rank them up. It's like, well, it doesn't cost me anything to do it, so why don't you just rank them up for me? What's the point of me going into the menu, hitting the button that is the only button I can hit? It's just like, just level the damn skill up. Anyway, we've reached this point in the game, which is 30, which is fine because it's kind of like tied into how long we could allot for playing the game. unfortunately, we've hit a point in the quest where we're not actually sure what we have to do. So we've got this quest, which is... These are all the ones that I've picked up from a different location. Okay. Corvos' Spirit. Complete quest. Icewood Tombs. Corvos' Grave. Find Corvos' soul and free him. Put his soul at peace in front of Magmite's tomb. So that's Magmite, and we need to find the soul. Now, I'm presuming it's going to be over here, actually. In hindsight, oh, it is here. Okay. So it's because he's the same as everybody else. I hadn't noticed him, so now I just feel silly that I didn't see him before. But yeah, this guy's just going to get wrecked. And that's pretty much what the content of combat is. It's just going around, absolutely destroying everything. And then, there we go. Auto running back to this. You can auto path pretty much everywhere. But yeah, the combat it's tab targeting. It's really basic, and the issue that we've got with it is that you might be given a quest. We actually might be given a quest to kill all these things now. Who knows? Just click through all this bit now. Now that we've got you guys here, I'm not gonna carry on looking through everything. Okay, ancient phantom. Okay, so there we go. Free 20 ancient phantoms. 20. Started off it was like 10, and it was 12. Then as you get down, it's like, okay, now I need to kill 20. Sorry, I got a bit of a frog in my throat there. So this is what combat is. It's just fighting stuff. It's attacking, and just basically annihilating everything. Hit tab. Okay, carry on doing it. Carry on finding something else. And the respawn on these things is ridiculous. Everywhere throughout the entire game, stuff respawns at an incredible speed. And I don't know whether that is because at one point the game had loads of players coming through this area. Maybe when Freedom Falls, or the expansion, came out for the first time, they needed to have the ability for people to, actually complete the quest. And if there's so many people coming through, but there's not now. And you have places like this kind of periodically through the game where you have these areas where there's just so many of the exact same mob that do very little. They don't really change much between the different mobs that you fight. And then it'll be kind of like a 2-minute walk between places. So you get these big areas where these mobs are all clumped up, and then you get areas where there's just absolutely nothing. But anyway, so fortunately, we do have this ability. There's no one massively clumped up. We can have this, and it just kills everything within 10 meters. So there you go. We get a few kills pretty quickly there, but it takes a while to charge up. So you'll see that as we fight enemies. Let's throw some showdowns. As we kill enemies, there we go. Bit of a bad example because we're in melee range, but when we do kill them, these guys don't have souls. Okay, brilliant. I guess living creatures have souls, and when you kill them, you'll see like green and yellow, kind of like orbs float towards you, and it fills up your soul force. And that's what you need to use your Wraith Surge, and which kills everything in the area. So unfortunately, we ain't going to be able to build that up here, so we do have to do it the good old-fashioned way. Now we've got to kill. Oh, we've got another 11 to kill, and you can tell it's not like. It's not that it takes forever to kill things, but it's not like it's an insta kill. So, but I have to kill 20 of the damn things. So again, it's just that tediousness. It's having to go through the same thing over and over again. It's not interesting. These things aren't, deadly enough to pose any challenge. I can stand in the middle of them, and this is the same everywhere. Unless I've accidentally hit one, they don't attack me. There was a mission before I had where I had to kill some goblins and then go and kill like the 2 goblin leaders or something like that. And I could literally stand in the middle of all the goblins. I could go and kill the leader, and the rest of them didn't attack me. It's kind of like, what kind of content is this? If it's not just killing stuff for the sake of killing stuff in the grind, which is exactly what I think it is. I mean, you do get the grind with Asian MMORPGs, so it's not like we're kind of shocked by having to just kill endless amounts of stuff. But more surprised that. Given that these were kind of new additions to the game, and that you'd expect the developers to be a little bit more forthcoming with content, and they're not. It's just been a boring grind for 4 hours. So yeah, so far there's I mean I like to try and keep professional and not just, you know, wantonly obliterate a game with my opinions and, you know, kind of pull it apart. But at the end of the day, you know, I've got to be honest with the people that are watching the reviews. If a game sucks, then it sucks. All right, it's not fair. It doesn't suck. The problem that the game has got is that it is just one in a huge list of MMORPGs, and that's the problem. There is a million other MMORPGs that are better than Forsaken World, unfortunately for Forsaken World. So what have I got to do now? I've got to go complete Forgotten Frontier, speak with Humna, and he will send you to the Shrine of Genesis. Okay. Do you know what? I'm gonna let's get my mount out. There we go. Go a little bit faster. It's gonna auto route me to him. See, no threats. Run past all these ghosts. Fine. That looks cool down there. There's probably a hidden invisible wall there. There usually is. Just invisible walls. So the issue is, like, you look at the graphics, and I don't necessarily mind bad graphics. Most of the time, you know, I can get by that, and they're not the worst graphics. There's some really sketchy areas, as you've already seen. But it's like, okay, all this, yeah, it looks really nice. There's just nothing to do here, though. There's nothing. It's just kind of like we've thrown this up, and that's enough. It's like, well, it's not really, you know. At least make me work for it a little bit. But anyway, so now we're going for a little fly around. I can't stay this, so it's obviously just yeah. It's quite funny because these griffins, they are obviously kind of protected and used by the good people, we'll call them. And one of the quests was for me to kind of collect griffin eggs and feed them to essentially Cerberus, the three-headed hellhound, just so that he could go to sleep. I had to feed him griffin eggs. I thought, oh, you know, it's making me make a moral decision. But yeah, it has the feeling of stuff being big for the sake of it being big, but I don't know. It's not the worst. You know, there's obviously a lot of time and effort gone into it. Where the hell are we going? This is just trying to show off this area, I think. It doesn't even know where it's going. It's drunk, this. It's just going around in circles. So anyway, so that's kind of combat as a whole. Oh, why is my soul stuff replenished? I don't know whether I was picking soul shards up or whatever it is. Anyway, so other stuff you've got. You've got jobs. You can pick up quests to unlock different jobs, which you start picking up when you go to the night. I don't know, like the nighttime citadel or something. Let's have a look. Nightfall Citadel. So we have been there. We didn't intend to go there, but we picked up at level 20 the ability to jump into solo instances. So I thought, oh, okay. So while we were running around questing, I thought, yeah, we'll jump into the level 20 solo instance. And it was a weird experience. Kind of what we had to do. We had to get into formation as a soldier and fight the same soldiers over and over and over and over and over again. And it's, you know, again, kind of got pretty boring. But when we'd finished it, where are we now? Oh, so we're here now. Okay. So I think we picked up the quest when we picked up the instance kind of round about here. And thought, okay, yeah, we'll try it out. So, you know, you just queue and it kind of sends you straight there. It's a solo one, so you don't have to queue. Other instances you have to queue for. And then we went and did the instance, and then to get out of the instance, there was a portal. And the portal took us to the Nightfall Citadel. Didn't even take us back to where we'd been. So we then had to essentially get a load of teleporters to take us back to the survivors camp, because that's where the thing was. We hadn't got to this bit. So we had to go there and then run all the way back through all of this just so that we could carry on our quest, because it doesn't take you back to where you jumped into the instance. So yeah, that was kind of that was fun having to run around and do all that. But yeah, so this all content. I feel like we're kind of probably at the end of our quest chain here now. What we've got to do, it's going to be all talky stuff. So I get the thing what I'm not a big fan of is, look, I mean, it just doesn't look natural. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, so you got this big ramp that goes up here, goes to this tower for no reason. It just is, just one of those things. Ah, falling off. No damage there, I just noticed. Okay, no fall damage. No banister rails or anything like that. Perfectly pristine red carpet. You know, nobody's ever walked on it. It all just looks a little bit too clean, a little bit too there for the sake of being there. That's kind of my main issue with what we've got. But anyway, so this is all questy stuff, but I'm not really bothered about the quests that are here. They're gonna just make me walk around doing stuff. Let's see if we can get to. So we've been to there. So required level 20. See, we're at level 30 now, and we're only just now reaching the point where we can kind of teleport out of here, and it's taking us to level areas that are too low in level for us apparently, which is crazy. So I'm gonna just go to Dark Hollow because I've never been there. So presumably there's gonna be stuff to kill. I like to think there is. Cinematic. Dark Gold Trade House was built in Dark Hollow by the Freedom Islands Black Gold Commerce. Cryolite is the most. Yeah, okay. Okay, so here we are. Check out new area. Again, do you know, it's like, it's not that there's lack of effort with the actual world design. The world design's fine, you know. There's kind of like these big cool areas, but the graphics do let it down. It just seems like there's areas here and there where the developers really just thought, you know what, stuff, we'll get away with that. Oh, players can attack me. Okay, we're in a PvP zone. Sweet. Okay, so this is the first time I've been here, so this is the first time I've had a chance to potentially get into PvP. Now, I actually don't know if it is pure open world PvP. I hope it is. That'd be cool. So I'll just attack somebody and probably get obliterated because I'm probably a suxer class. But the thing is, I only saw one person from level 1 to 30 in the start zone. So I'm not exactly confident that I am going to find anybody to fight. The game does feel extremely empty. Saw a handful of people at Nightfall Citadel, but given that that is essentially Stormwind from World of Warcraft, it is kind of like one of the main locations for players. Actually inclusive of a little NPC boy running around with kittens, a kitten chasing after him, and he's called Timmy. So if anybody that's played World of Warcraft, you will know that same NPC with cats running around does appear. Okay, now I'm thinking, oh, those are level 63. I'm thinking we'll probably not go over there. I'm thinking I might be in an area that is way above my level, but you know what? I'm badass. You know, I'm a demon. So you get this little thing as well where you can pray every so often. It kind of like has a cooldown on it, and then there you go, get some just XP just for being in the game, which is fine. So what have we got? Blood Hunter Guard. Let's see how quickly you can. Let's see what the aggro range is. I'm presuming these guys will start aggroing now. Everything from the first 30 levels didn't. No. Hello? 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 Nope. Have I got like new player protection or something? It's ridiculous. Anyway, you got clicky on the ground as well for running around. But yeah, so I'm probably not going to get any PvP here because there's nobody plays the game by the look of it. Let's go over there. Where are we going? We're going to go to Dark Hollow. No, we're not. We're going to the Chamber of Embrace, Mercury Market Trader. Sure. I mean, you can click on the map, which is pretty cool, and it will instantly kind of take you to places. And For most games, I hate the idea of auto-pathing, auto-combat and stuff, but when it's a game that you have to grind through, then, you know, why not? You know, if you can't beat them, join them. But yeah, so I don't think there is much else to really report on. The fact, you know, there's no PvP. The quests have kind of taken me to a point where it's just going to be all boring quests, so I'm not really bothered about that. Features-wise, I think we've unlocked as many as we're going to get. We can't get into the battlefields. PvP is basically dueling. Events, we can't get into any of them. We queued for Pet Sanctuary, but for some reason didn't get in. And yeah, so there's no one around to actually fight. And that's it. It's just the game's okay, but that's all it is. There's just so many bits that are underwhelming. I mean, look at the flat staircase. From there, wow, that looks great. Oh yeah, from there looks great. From side on, it's just like, what is this? So, all in all, it doesn't feel like there's anything to it. It feels like you're just here, you're moving around, you're killing stuff for the sake of killing stuff. It doesn't feel like you're building up to anything worthwhile. That's my bigger issue for it. I like this, occupied by guild warning, and I have seen, there you go, there's Timmy! There's Timmy. Haha, what do you know? I didn't know this was another route into the place. Yes, this said occupied by guild warning, and I saw a member called a guild, and the guild is actually called Warning. So here you go, you've got a few more players in and stuff here now. A couple. It's the draw distance as well, just kind of like, I've got the draw distance on max, and it's, you know, kind of draws them really late on. Yeah, so I don't know, guild occupying, that sounds interesting. It sounds like, you know, that you can, you know, guild wars, and you can take over entire locations, which is pretty cool. But again, you don't get to experience any of that in the first 30 levels, so would I carry on playing the game for that long? I want to see where these crossbows are shooting, because that looks awesome. Although the draw distance probably won't show me, so that won't necessarily help. And I love how they just suddenly reappear. Okay, so let's check where they're shooting at. Where they're shooting at? Are they just shooting into the sky? Okay, so they're not necessarily shooting at anything in particular. I mean, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like stuff like this. Oh, okay. I hate invisible walls, so I can't get onto it, which is a shame. Should just have it. Let it be crushing damage if it hits you. I'm gonna jump over here. Can I jump over here? Probably not. Probably invisible walls. Oh no, there's not. Huzzah! Poof. Huzzah! Fall damage, fall damage, fall damage, fall damage. No fall damage. Disappointing. Disappointing. Anyway, so there you go. That is pretty much everything I've got to say about Forsaken World. It's an okay, leaning to not okay game. MMORPG. Thank you guys for watching. If you found the video entertaining, even if the content itself of the game is not necessarily that entertaining as far as I'm concerned, and then please give it a thumbs up. You know, even if you just found it useful or informative, then hit the subscribe button, and you'll find out about all our videos as and when we play new games and whatnot. So you can check us out on Facebook and Twitter at f2p.com, or on our official website at f2p.com. So thank you guys for watching. I have been Goodfellow, you've been you, this has been Forsaken World, and hopefully we shall see you in the next video. Bye bye!